I don't know where the music or the sound is.
Hey Jeff, how you doing? We're getting ready to get rolling. It's 7:30 on the dot. So let's rock and roll tonight. Welcome to the team call. This is Michelle Alleman. This is my husband Mike.
Howdy, y'all.
And I know we're waiting on a couple of new folks to come on in. They might be coming on in just a minute. Let me see where they're at. And give me just a moment to do that, and I will. Let's see if yeah. Thank y'all for being here on time. And 10 more days before Christmas. I hope that you guys are ready for the Christmas season. We're just about ready. We couldn't be more excited, right?
That's right. I gave my wife the gift of Christmas vents in the house, changing the air vents out. That's my contribution.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. So,
try to repair a toilet. It did not work out as well, but what are you going to do?
You're getting good. You're getting good. So, guys, I hope you guys had a great week. I think we have a special guest on tonight that I want y'all to hear from. Jonathan Yakey has been with the Alliance for 4 years. Most of y'all know him, but so maybe some of the new people don't. 5 years. Whew.
Don't worry.
The time go?
It's going to get longer the longer this call goes. It'll be up to 7 years before the end.
And I was looking at some reports, like Johnny, I just saw where you wrote or you submitted, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like over 9,000 this week.
10-6, something like that.
Wow. So, I mean, we didn't really chat before, but I want you to just speak a little bit about, yourself and kind of what were some of the things that happened this week for you that got you over 5 figures, 5-figure week.
For sure. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. It's cool to see Katie and Jeff. First thing I'll say, if you guys can open your video so I can see you, that would be awesome. If not, it's all good. But my name is Jonathan Yakey. Like Michelle said, I have been here. It's over 5 years now, which is crazy. Crazy to think about. 5 years ago, I was not in this business. And it's kind of hard to put in one paragraph or a 30-minute call how great the business has been in 5 years as well. But just to give you a little background on my story. So this is before I met the Allemans, before I met my wife, Megan. If you don't know, that's Mike Michelle's daughter. Anyways, I was working at a place called Walmart. Okay.
Roll that.
Yep. I was working at a huge company, and I was in their logistics team. So I had actually, while I was in college, I was working for them. So when I graduated, I was working full-time on the weekends while I was finishing school during the week, just to give you an idea. So 40 hours over 4 days, and then 12 hours of class over the other 3 days. All right. So pretty crazy work schedule. When I graduated, I took a management job with them. Anyways, I don't know what type of work you've come from, but this was extremely, before I was promoted, very physical labor. All right. So like 50-pound bags, putting them from one conveyor belt to another one, 400 times every hour. All right. That's just to give you an idea. And then when I was in management, that's what I wanted to do the rest of my life, to be very clear with you. Like, I was taught to work hard. I thought I would work my way up in corporate America. However, after a year, I was like, I cannot see myself being in corporate America in 30 years. Not that it's a bad thing. It's good for a lot of people. But me specifically, personally, I just couldn't see myself. So that's when I actually found the Alliance at that time. And it's changed my life, not just not just with income, but really with relationships. And if you stay around long enough, the business will force you to become better, or you will force yourself away from it, just to be transparent with you. Okay. It's a good thing. It means that we have something very special here, right? Like something that's special and something that's a good opportunity is not, it's going to come simply and pretty clear, but it's not going to come without hard work and effort. Okay. So I do want to make that clear. Like it will change your life if you allow it to. If you don't allow it, it's just going to take more time. Okay. So just to give you like some real numbers, we're going to do over $250,000 in income this year. And I'm 29, Megan is 27. And we've only been, and we both started, separately in the business, but if I was in corporate America, I don't know that I would ever get there in 30 years. Right. So that gives you some perspective. Now, have I worked hard? Yes, definitely. But it's not an opportunity that has any discrimination on one person or the other. Don't you agree, Michelle? There's a lot of different backgrounds. You can do it.
Sky's the limit.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of my background. Did you want me to kind of get into a little bit of my week as well? Or did you have anything you might want to say on top of that?
Well, no, I mean, I think, guys need to know, gals need to know this opportunity is really for anyone who embraces it.
Mm-hmm.
and is open to the fact that people need life insurance more than ever.
Yep.
Now more than ever.
Yep.
And the ability to make $250,000 in a year is unheard of. It's less than 1% of the population that makes over that much money in a year. And I think it's less than 5% or 3% that makes over six figures.
Mm-hmm. I have to pull the math up. I think it's less than 1% make 400,000 a year. And then I don't know the number 250, but either way, like it's a small amount.
Yeah.
So
and you think about, when I think about that kind of money, I think about my brother-in-law, who he's a neurosurgeon, and
mm-hmm.
he went to school for after college for 10 more years after college, because he went to med school for 4 more years.
Yep.
Then he was an internship or a specialty for 4 more years. And then he did an internship for 2 years, and
mm-hmm.
oh my God, how much of your life is taken away? And then he can start making buku money. But that's
right.
what doctors make, right?
Mm-hmm. No, it's a massive opportunity. And we have leadership, we have a system, and we have an incredible team that can help you. So I'll kind of get into my week a little bit, if that's all right. But I do want to preface this and say, yes, you can come out of the gate and write 10,000. You can. However, the longer that you consistently decide to book appointments each week, the faster you will write 10 grand in 1 week. I want to be very clear about that. It is a skill. A small amount of it is a skill, to be honest. The majority of it is, did I consistently show up week to week and do the simple activities that serve people in this business, which is the phone calls. So if you're not, and we don't care, I'll be very clear, like Michelle can tell you differently, but I don't care if you make 50 calls only or 10 calls, but if you showed up and made calls, that's a much bigger deal than not making them. So I want to be clear about that. The more you can show up and just make phone calls, the faster you're going to be able to write 10,000. The more people you're going to help, and the better your skill level will get by doing that. So if you can write this down, this would be 1 point from the whole call. Whatever you want the business to be for you, okay, whether you're part-time or full-time, is irrelevant. Because top producers are top producers because they decided to get good on the phone, period. They made a decision to get good on the phone, and that's why they're a top producer, not any other reason. I mean, you can point to anybody in the company. If you look at the leaderboards, it's all the same for them as well, because that's where it starts. So I made a lot of phone calls this week and booked 21 appointments. So I'll tell more about it on the sales call. You can see the numbers in detail, but yeah, they're from leads. Most of my business came from leads. Only one was a referral from a recurrent client. So the system works. I mean, you can come into the team and the group and win very quickly because there's people who have asked for help. Like, you're going to see someone who has inquired about something that wants you to come over and help them have a conversation that they don't really want to have. That's why they filled out a card to talk to someone they don't know. Otherwise, they would have talked to someone they did know that sells insurance, right? So that's a super exciting thing. It's like there's thousands and thousands of people right now that we cannot get to, and we can produce more.
That's a big point, Jonathan. Yeah. People want to be led, and they don't necessarily want to talk to somebody that they know about their private information, about their health, about their finances, and really being able to lead them down that path as to, we're going to do this and we're going to do it right. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get you the best coverage. And, you get one chance to do it right. That's to me tonight, Yeah. And that's what they need. They need that confidence more than anything else that comes from you in mm-hmm. that home.
Right.
Whether when you're sitting face to face. And that's what we're going to help you get to that point if you don't feel you're there right now. Right, Jonathan?
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully Betty's listening, but she is a good example of someone who has, made phone calls consistently. So I will say, don't stop doing that, because if you continue, you will get results. But yeah, I mean, the people need, a lot of times we as producers get messed up. So I'll tell you a story. In the summer of this year, Michelle, I'd been here, almost 5 years at that point, and had a couple of weeks where I was like, man, I'm not doing too hot. Maybe the past 4 years, I just got lucky. And, they all found out I'm a fraud, because I'm not doing good right now. Well, guess what? It's a freaking lie. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I just wasn't doing, I had stopped doing a few simple things that get you success in the business. And I had to back up and say, well, what is it? It's something I'm doing. It's not I know how to do the business. So I want to encourage you, you have to understand it's simple things that involve work that you do consistently that bring the reward and they make your skill level high, better. Right.
And Johnny, that's why going to the team calls helps.
Yep.
That's why leaning in with the team and asking for advice. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jonathan is one of those folks that, especially years past, and even now sometimes, but after he leaves appointment, he'll call someone and talk to them about it. What I do right, what I do wrong, what can I do better? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? What can I do? Or what did I do right and what can I do better? Mm-hmm. Those are the two questions you always want to ask yourself. And as you have more experience, you will get, maybe, tired of doing some things or just drop them and not realize that you stopped it. You got mm-hmm. lazy a little bit. We all do it. That's why we need the team. That's why we need the sales meetings, the team calls to inspire us to be better and to continue to grow. No matter, they say that when people retire, a lot of them die really fast. Why do you think that is? Because they stop growing.
That's right.
They stop having a reason to live. I mean, my phone's ringing off the wall. I've got customers that always need something. So I know that what I do really matters, right? And so the same is going to be with you. Your customers need you.
Hey, Johnny, I got a joke for you. You want to hear it?
Hit me.
You know what they call a tree when it retires? Firewood.
Hey, facts. It's true.
I just made that up. I didn't hear it anywhere.
I love it. We have fun here too, by the way.
We have a lot of fun. And when COVID's over, we're going to have a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so just to keep in that same vein, like you have to, like the fact that you're on the call is a good thing. Like you're here. Like, that's a big deal because you're going to pick something up that's going to remind you of something you already knew that you either stopped doing or that you need to get better at, or something you have to bring to the table is going to help someone else. Right. But it's just that habit of showing up. And you're gonna more understand the process of the business. Like when I started, I didn't understand a lot of the stuff my managers were telling me to do. Why? Can someone answer? So we'll make this a little more interactive. Okay. So back when I started, I was asking for help, and for a long time, I didn't really listen to what the leaders were telling me to do. What do you think the number one reason is why that was, guys? Can somebody give me an answer why?
Because you thought you were better?
Close. It's close to the right answer.
Fear of making yourself look like a fool because you thought you knew everything.
That's closer. And those are all good answers. What the answer is, my thinking was not the same as the manager who was trying to help me. Their thinking was at a higher level. Okay. Make sense? So of course, what they were saying to me didn't make sense. My thought process was different. I was thinking based on my experience. I was thinking based on my other experience in a different business, saying, oh, well, that won't work. But I was a fool for doing that, because why would someone who has had success in a business tell me something that's going to hurt me if what they're telling me, if I do it, helps me, which helps them, right? So
Hey, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just think it's scary to do something that's so outside of the comfort zone. And I know that's where we learn the most, but that's what I find in the calling is I really need to be more assertive and more aggressive. And I'm just not good at it. And then I'm embarrassed by that fact.
Right. 100%. Yeah. I mean, it is scary to fail, but making mistakes is the only way to have success, to get over those failures. You have to have a failure in order to get a win. You can't just get wins over and over and over again with no failure. But I just want to make that clear. Like you have to think that the people, your managers and the people in your business are trying to help you. Because if you're thinking differently than that, it's going to be really hard to do the work. And I'm sure Mike and Michelle have plenty of examples of that. I mean, it's very simple. It's just thinking the right way. Like all these calls are here to help me. And when I do have a conversation with someone about my phone calls or my appointments, they're trying to help me. So I just need to listen, even though I might not agree with what they're saying because I think it might not work. Well, I just need to do it anyways, because someone's not going to tell you that something that's not going to work. It's just not going to happen. It's not how human nature works, right? I mean, I hope I'm making sense in that,
You are. And,
So
you know, I think that's one reason why we do the dial sessions in the afternoon on Tuesday from 1 till whenever. Sometimes we go till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And we used to do them in our office. And, you know, it's that peer pressure of watching someone else and then realizing, oh, it's really not that scary. I think I can do it. Let me try.
yeah,
And
it is. And it's pretty crazy how many people you can help just by dialing for one day. You know, like I didn't spend that much time dialing, guys. And I wrote over $10,000, which there's not another business that you can go call interested people and schedule appointments with them.
And I would submit to you that if everybody listening here today, that if you listened to Jonathan dial tomorrow, if he's dialing, I don't know if he is, but if
I'll be dialing in the morning. So I'll post a Zoom link if you guys want to. I'm doing another block before I head out. So yeah, if you guys want to join, I'll post it on the Slack channel if you want to listen.
But I would submit if you would listen to him and maybe you can record it or write it down, take notes, and then actually do what he's doing. Try to copy that. I do that all the time with him. He's sitting right in the office next to me. He learns stuff from me, and I learn stuff from him. And we're constantly sharpening the iron,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
And the knife is getting sharper. And I bought some new knives the other day at the store.
It's a miracle.
It's amazing how good a good knife works.
Yeah. That's the only way. That's the only way to. I mean, that's why Michelle and Mike have done, incredibly well. So, I know some of you guys have been here a while, but some of you don't know. Like Mike and Michelle are high-class leadership with our company, like top of the line. I don't say that just because I'm part of the family. Like that's how they have been before I met them. Okay, so is Fitz. So are a lot of people in our organization, and I would be stupid to say, "Oh, I came up with this." I haven't come up with any of this stuff I'm telling you. I've just tried to work really hard. And like Michelle said, listen to other people to try to improve. But that's a continuous thing. It's not just, oh, I've arrived. So that's a big reason Michelle and Mike have stayed where they are, is because they continuously strive to say, hey, I haven't arrived yet. I need to keep learning.
And on that note, did y'all hear? We had another winner of an all expense paid trip last week. Do you know who it is?
That's right.
Miss Katie Williams. Congratulations. We'll be going to Thailand. What was? Yay. Good job, Katie and Clint. What was your favorite trip, Johnny? Yeah, these folks don't know all the expense paid trips.
Yeah, it's man, I don't know. I lose count. Favorite trip. I'd probably have to say Switzerland. Paris and Switzerland was my favorite, if I had to pick one. But there's so many good ones.
That was Jeff's favorite. He just,
yeah.
Good.
And guys, this is something we get to do. Like the companies pay for us to go here, and we get to keep all our commissions. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Yes, it takes work, but it's very, very rewarding. And the relationships you build, that's you can't put a price on that. The people that you get to meet. So
a couple of announcements too. Did you see the emails? We have a new product that just came out. I want to talk a little bit. You saw the announcement, Foresters. We have the new accidental policy with Foresters. We also have several new policies with Occidental Life. and I've already tried some of them out, and they're good. They're great. I recommend that you go to the Pocket Guide on the quoting tool page, and then you look under, like, let's say you want to see what products do we have at Occidental Life for not, simplified issue term. And there's like 7 or 6 different products. You'll be like, oh my God, that's a lot of products. How do I know what's the difference? Well, that's a great question. There was a product call last Thursday, which gave a lot of that information. I would definitely go back and check that one out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so much to learn. I mean, and there's so much opportunity. Just in showing up, like it's pretty cool, pretty incredible.
But the sweet spot, I think, in some of those products is the age 60 to 70. Mm-hmm. And you can get some longer term products than some of our other carriers. So basically over age 65, it's a good place to look for that, So Foresters is always my number one go-to for pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. But we have other options. But check out the email, because the Foresters Accidental is available. And I don't think it's on eApp yet, but I think it's going to be in the next couple of weeks. I think by January.
It's supposed to be December 19th.
Okay.
Hey, Michelle, real quick, on the Occidental, do you know if there's any age limitations for COVID?
I haven't seen an email out. No. I don't think there's any. In fact, I don't think there's any.
We haven't seen anything, Katie. No.
That said about COVID. So no. I just wrote a 70-year-old. I wrote a couple, 3 of them. One of them was 83 last week. She was 83. She got approved. American Legacy is that product. So, and what the cool thing, I really do like that. I really think that I'm going to love that Final Expense product, because those questions came up at the end. I did the electronic application. All right. And then I had asked her all the questions, but then I submitted it. Well, then I had 3 more questions come back up. We did the voice authorization on it, which is very cool. I did the voice authorization. And then I called her right back, because I said, there's 3 questions that came up, Betty, and let me ask them. The furosemide she was taking, and then there was 2 other, and it asked me, was she taking that? What was it taking it for? Or was it for congestive heart failure? And I said, no, it wasn't. And then the second question was about some medication that normally is for Parkinson's. And no, she doesn't have Parkinson's. And the third question was she was taking some medication that was for seizures. And I said, no, she's never had a seizure. And do y'all know she got approved at immediate coverage? Woo. I am not kidding you. I was like, woo. Okay, some of our other companies, they won't just take your word for it. They're going to ask the customer to go provide records, which that's a big nightmare. Okay. So I was really happy about that. So I wanted to share. Have you had any, and then I had one that was 65, and she got approved for the Easy Term. No, Term Made Simple. But the Easy Term is great too. And I did one with the Home Protector as well, 4 products. So.
Very good. I'm excited.
Yeah. And, the Pocket Guide worked good for me. I said, I need to learn about these products. And my daughter said, Mom, look at the product pocket guide. So I'm always learning from my own agents, like, you know, and that's what I did. And if you're not for sure, I would just recommend go onto the website and start filling out an electronic application. You don't have to submit it. Then you'll learn what questions they're asking and all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, Michelle, which final expense policy were you talking about?
It's called American Legacy. We have a new company called Occidental Life. American Amicable / Occidental Life. Have you done that contract?
No, but I'll get it done. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, they've got like 10 products.
Wow.
So,
Awesome. Thank you.
yeah, their underwriting is super, super duper. And their pricing is great. So, I mean, the pricing is about the same. I'm still trying to hit, use Foresters for most everything that I can, because I really love their member benefits. A couple of things though, as we finish off this year, as you spend time with your families next week during Christmas, we just want you to know that you're part of our family, and we want you to start thinking about the new year. We want you to start putting your thoughts down and your goals. And I want you to begin the new year with a new hope of what could be for your life. Because when we first started, many years ago, one of our very first goals was, to make $20,000 in a month, and shortly after we came on board here, we were able to reach that goal. And, in any other business, I just don't think it would be, not a whole lot of other businesses, not a job would it be possible. So it's a time to reflect and think about what you did this year, but more importantly, what you want to do next year. So I want to encourage you to schedule time with us over the holiday. Let's spend time sitting down or on Zoom and just going through, some of your goals for the next year. It's important. It's important that you look at that from 40,000 feet down, and that you're not always just looking at the next step. Sometimes it's important just at the next step, but you have times in your life where you need to look further out, and then you need to put a compass down and say, okay, this is my plan, and how can I execute this plan so that I can get where I want to be when I'm 30, when I'm 40, when I'm 50. What do you have to say about that, Mike?
I think it's all good stuff. Wish everybody happy holidays, and we'll let y'all know next week kind of what I think all the holidays are not on a Monday or Tuesday, so we're going to be rocking and rolling and doing our thing.
But before we go, I want to thank Jonathan again for coming on the call. What a fabulous week you had. I mean, here we are in the midst of Christmas, and you get more excuses than Carter has pills.
Mm-hmm.
That's an old one.
I don't even know what that means.
Carter had a lot of pills.
We're not sure.
Carter was president.
I know. I don't know about this pill thing. All right.
That was a real joke.
It must have been you. Yeah, but we're all not young, old enough to remember Carter.
I guess you have to be my age.
I think it's better.
Jeff knows it, doesn't he?
Isn't it Betty?
You know about that
rehab place named after her.
Yeah.
Of course, I know it. Me and God's old enough to remember about everything.
One time I told someone, she said something about being busy. I said, honey, I'm busier than a pig in slop. And the people that were around me, I guess they were listening to me set appointments. They just started dying laughing.
Maybe we just all stop arguing, okay?
Or busier than a one-arm paper hanger. I don't know.
Yes, that's
I have some weird ones that I say, and I'm sure you guys do. Just be yourself. That's the easiest thing to be. You don't have to worry about this person or that person. It's just easier to be yourself. So, but Jonathan, we couldn't do this without you, and we want to thank the whole team. Thank you. I mean, many of you help others along the way. Stephanie and Katie and Jeff, y'all are always there. And so just lean on people and let them help you. We're here to help as well. So y'all have a great week. We'll see you tomorrow on the sales meeting, bright and early, 10 a.m. Central Time. You can jump on about 15 minutes early. They will start the meeting about 15 minutes early. And
if you want to dial, I'm going to dial from 7:30 to 9:30. I'll post the Zoom link if you want to join me.
Thank you for doing that for everybody. And to find the Zoom link for tomorrow's meeting, you will see that on the 411 channel. So, all right, guys. Hopefully, Art, your studying is going well, and Delia, hopefully your studying is going well too. Y'all update me. Send me a message and let me know how you're doing. And Lachelle, hopefully yours is going well. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for being here. Have a great Christmas.
You guys do the same.
Bye-bye.